happy Sunday. So out on a walk. I wanted to talk to you about the power of being known for something specific. This is one of those lessons I learned from Dan Kennedy, the great Dan Kennedy, who is not doing so well these days. But very thankful for this lesson in particular that he taught me, and that was a lot of people, they don't want to specialize in anything because they're worried that they're going to leave people out, and so they're going to miss out on customers, clients, whatever it is, by excluding people. The reality is, when you try to be a generalist, and when you try to appeal to everyone, you actually wind up appealing to no one. I'll give you a good example of this. So my buddy Joe, who is in the dating niche, men's dating niche, he teaches guys how to talk to women. He does boot camps, does all that kind of stuff. So if you're familiar with the dating niche, there's a lot of guys that do this. It's pretty common. And we were kind of going through his stuff a couple weeks ago, and I told him he kind of had a niche. His niche was like how to talk to girls naturally and kind of be like a normal dude without being like creepy, which is better than nothing. But we kind of dialed it in. I was like, you need to be the dating guy specifically for successful men. Like, guys have to be making $100,000 or more to work with you. So you work with entrepreneurs, you work with CEOs, you work with high level guys who are already pretty damn successful in every other area of their life. And so not only is this great because he gets most of his clients from referrals, and guess what? Successful people know other successful people. So if any of his clients, if somebody's going to refer people to him, it would be his clients, and they're obviously going to know more successful people. So it really helps with that. B, surprise, surprise, successful people have more money. Another kind of Dan Kennedy lesson that I learned from Dan a long time ago: you want to go after niches that have a lot of money, especially a lot of disposable money to get rid of problems that they have. So going after guys who make 6 figures, 7 figures a year, and you specifically being the dating coach for those guys, you instantly set yourself apart. And the way you set yourself apart too is also in your marketing. You specifically talk to those guys and you repel everyone else. So this is the key part. A lot of people still try to put stuff out where it's so general that it's like they would still take anyone else as a client. But I'm like, the reality, when I was talking to Joe about this, I was like, what you really want to do is write your copy so that it's actually offensive to guys who are not successful. You want to repel them at all costs, and you want to specifically talk to successful dudes about the problems they have. So one of the problems we came up with that we can make his stuff unique is that the men's dating niche tends to be, for a lack of a better word, creepy. You get a lot of weird, nerdy guys who got into this stuff and learned how to talk to women, and they're just not normal dudes. They're not like people you would want to hang out with or bring around your normal friends. And a successful guy has a ton to lose if he comes off as like creepy or weird or pick-up-y around business people. Let's say he's at a networking thing. Let's just say he's out on a Friday night and he sees friends of his. He can't be that like weird, creepy pickup dude. He's got to be who he is. And because, like I said, he's got a lot to lose. Like, this guy's making $1 million a year. It is not in his best interest to look like a creepy dude when he's at a bar. So some of the stuff we talked about, me and Joe talked about, was really dialing this in. I was like, all right, what other stuff do really successful guys have that we could kind of talk to them copy-wise about? One of the other things we came up with was talking about how you are the exact type of guy that women want to meet. They just haven't been able to meet you because you're not good enough at talking with them yet. And by you actually getting better at learning how to talk to women, not only are you going to be able to meet the women you want, like I said, you're fulfilling their fantasy too, because like we said, you're already successful, you're ambitious, you make good money, you got shit going on in your life, you probably travel, you do cool things. The one piece you're missing is like a good woman in your life. So talking to guys kind of on that level, and this really does tap into exactly how a lot of these guys feel. They're like, I've done everything right, why is this part not working for me? Or I've made all this money, why is this part not working for me? So yeah, so anyways, me and Joe were talking about this, and I really helped him dial this in more and more. I gave very similar advice. I was on a coaching call for my buddy Jason Capital a while ago. He's got a mastermind where he does a call every week, and he was stuck in an airport one day and asked me if I could just fill in and do his coaching call. So I showed up, and I basically just did hot seats with every guy on there. And one of the guys on there actually was a dating coach as well, and we kind of broke his stuff down. He didn't really have a unique USP. I'm gonna turn around, the sun's a little weird. He didn't really have a unique USP. He was kind of in a similar spot to Joe, like he was just any guy. He was kind of teaching dating stuff too. And I forget exactly where this guy was from. I totally forget his name. I think it might have been Mo. But Mo was either like Indian or Middle Eastern. I don't know exactly. But I was like, one of the huge pain points I guarantee that you see are, and I have a ton of brown friends, for lack of a better word, who feel like the fact that they're brown holds them back. They think that women don't like brown guys. They think that no matter what they do, that they're not good looking. So I told him, I was like, you should really just niche down and be kind of the dating coach for brown guys. That's a whole lot better kind of niche. I always say niche. That's a whole lot better niche, because there's a real specificity to it, and you can talk exactly to their pain points. So things like I said, like brown guys feeling like no matter how attractive they are, they don't feel like they're as attractive as white guys. That's a pretty common belief among a lot of brown guys. So if you can talk to the exact pain points and the exact things that these guys feel, the chances of you getting a client or someone buying your product go up like 10x. So kind of the point I really want to get across here is like dialing in what you're known as, and a lot of people call this your unique USP or whatever you want to call it, but people put you in a box and they kind of want to know who you are in like one sentence and what you do. So I'll give you another example. After I sold my company and I started doing kind of teaching marketing instead of selling products myself, I was like kind of battling this. I'm like, I don't want to be known as just a copywriter, because anybody could be that. I don't want to be like just a health copywriter, because that's not very, and that really doesn't get to what I was good at. I didn't want to be known as a funnel guy, because even though I'm really good at funnels, I'm like, I do a lot more than that. So I kind of finally settled on calling myself, I'm like the go-to guy for people who want to make their offers convert on cold traffic. That's really what I specialize in. Like I remember Bedros Keuilian talking about what's your superpower when I was at an event. I thought about it and I was like, okay, my superpower in business really is making offers convert on cold traffic. And that's a superpower that's extremely valuable, not only for me and for the clients and stuff I help. By the way, I'm super out of breath right now. Every time I walk for like 10 minutes and talk at the same time, it's like 10 times harder talking. Anyways, but getting back to what I was saying. Yeah, so I kind of have done a lot to brand myself as the guy that you want to go to if you want to make your offers work on cold traffic. That's a much different position than simply being lumped in as a copywriter or a funnel guy or whatever. And I know from working with hundreds of clients, either personally or people that I coach in like the Copy Accelerator program, that this is what everybody wants. They want an offer that scales on cold traffic. So anyways, yeah, kind of the big thing for you to take away from this is dialing in exactly what you do for people and how that makes you different. So if someone in like one sentence was going to describe what you do to someone else, what would they say? And one of the key things here too is people are going to come up with something anyways. It's your job to continuously put it out there, what you want to be known as. Otherwise, they're going to come up with something that is not what you want. It's one of the reasons why you have to just keep reinforcing, I'm really good at making offers work on cold traffic. It's almost like you have to beat people over the head with it. So yeah, if you don't have a super specific niche or super specific kind of idea or box that people can put you in, definitely give this some thought. Whether you're a copywriter or a consultant, whether you sell products in your own business, you kind of want to have that one sentence idea of exactly like what you do and how you help people. That's completely different from everyone else. So hope you enjoyed this video. I am absolutely out of breath after 11 minutes, so I'm gonna go home and get some water. Enjoy your Sunday.